this is Tammy. Welcome back to my channel. This is Woodland Stitching Studio. My channel is mostly about cross stitch, although there will be at times a little bit of paper crafting thrown in and maybe some other kinds of crafts. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so glad you're here, and I hope you like what you'll see and that you'll return. And if you're returning, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and I love sharing my projects with you. You may notice behind me, my backdrop looks a lot different. I had cubes behind me and they're almost all gone. I just have the ones that I left down here. And then I'm going to use the wall for display. I'm trying to decide. I think it's going to be a safari wall because I love African animals. And I might stitch things to go up there that are all African animals. I'm not sure yet. But I have so many different things that I've done that I want to display. So you can see, this is, I can't remember what it was called. That's a Doreen Jones cat picture. That is a Shannon Christine picture I did. You've seen those in previous videos when I finish them. This is Savage, who's coming to say hello. Hey, baby. Okay, be a good boy. So I do have one of my African animals is finished, and I'll be able to put it on the wall. I have to decide how I'm going to do it. This part of the house has an angled ceiling, and I don't want stuff to look crooked, so I haven't really figured that out yet. But so that's why it's been so long since my last video. I have had chaos. I took that out. I took out a shelving unit in the craft room, and I still have stuff stacked everywhere. I finally, last Sunday, I put stuff away so I could get to the top of this unit because you couldn't see it last Sunday. So that's what I've been doing for the last month or so. I think it's been about a month. I've also been doing a lot of stitching. I have some fully finished items, some finishes, and some new starts and whips to share with you. So I will start with the fully finished items. The first one, and I don't know where my card is, but this is a 16 count Ada. I think it's just a beige from Amazon. This is called Counting is Hard, and this is by Luminous Fiber Arts. It goes with, or it matches another one that I showed in my last video. I don't see it. I don't remember what it was called. Anyway, the fabric is similar. I framed it the same. I changed the tomato to be the same as the other one. And this is a 16 count Ada. Luminous Fiber Arts, Counting is Hard. I started this a long time ago, and when I pulled it out, I had just like a tiny little part of the bird wing done. And then you saw it as a finish last time, I think. So that's Counting is Hard. I'm figuring out where I'm going to put these things. The next one, what is that? Oh, there it is. 18 count Ada. It's khaki from Amazon. Excuse me. The next one is by Pedal Pusher. I don't think you've seen this finished. I think I pulled this out and finished it and then fully finished it. It's called Fresh Picked Lavender by Pedal Pusher, Barbie Tingley. When I pulled this out, I had just part of this center flower done and a little like this corner right here. And once I got going, I just couldn't stop till it was done, and then I ordered this frame and fully finished it. And I use glass because I have a very, very dusty house. And I don't want my pretty white. I very rarely stitch on white. This is, don't have a card for it, but it looks like 16 count and it's just white Ada. So that is Fresh Picked Lavender. I absolutely love this. I chose this wood looking frame to kind of match this here. Well, they're all my favorites. I was going to say I think it's my favorite, but it's not because I love this next one too. This next one you saw last time, I'm pretty sure. Oh, maybe not. Because I think my last video was in January. This is called Heart of Winter, and it's by Little Dove Designs. When I pulled it out to finish it, it was half done. I had all of the bottom stitched, and well, it was more than I would say half done. I had this much stitched and part of this, and I still had to do all this and all of this. There's a lot of weight in this. Almost everything I had left was white stitching. And then I put it in a 12 by 12 shadow box. This is 28 count even weave in light blue, and it's stitched with the called for DMC threads. And my last fully finished item, which is very exciting, my first animal for my African safari wall. This is African Savannah Elephant. It's one of the Endangered Species Club by Lindy Stitches. This is the one that made me sign up for the club because I love elephants. So this is my African Savannah Elephant. It's just a brown frame from Amazon. This was a lot of fun to stitch. When I pulled this out last Sunday, I think it was, I had the elephant's head and ear, part of his ear done, and I had to stitch all of this and all of this and this. So that's what I did this week. I used the wrong color over here, so that's not exactly the way it's supposed to look, but I love this. My first finished elephant. So this will go on the wall behind me at some point when I figure out where to put it. Next up, I have some finishes. This first one is a new start and a finish. This is called A Perfect Christmas. My goals for this year is every month I'm going to either start and finish a Christmas ornament, start and finish a small, and try to get progress done on a bigger project. This was my Christmas ornament for February, A Perfect Christmas, Luminous Fiber Arts. This is 16 count Ada that's called Beanstalk by Fiber on a Whim. Misty added fabric to the bottom and made this into a pillow. I'm not sure what I will do with it, but I thought it was adorable, and it only took me 4 days, so just a couple of evenings actually is what it took for me to finish it. My next finish is also a start and a finish since my last video. This is by Bent Creek. It's my very first Bent Creek. It is called Moonlight Berry Sampler. I changed the thread. I used Dinky Dye's Neptune for the blue. That was supposed to be baking tan, I think. Maybe? I don't know. That's what the blue is. I love Dinky Dye's silk. And then I got this pattern from a friend. So it didn't come with the buttons, so I had to find buttons, and I found them on Amazon. So this was a lot of fun. It's not very big. It's the size of my hand. It's 2 by 6. So I'm not sure if I'm going to frame it. They have it framed on the video, on the pattern. I'm not sure if I'm going to frame it or put it on a wood piece. You know, I like to finish on wood pieces. My next finish is my Christmas ornament for March. This is Autumn Lane Stitchery, and there is a pattern called the Jolly Trio, and this is the Curious Cat. This one I had started for my Advent starts, I think, in December. This is 16 count Haven Ada by Picture This Plus. It's very pretty. And I wasn't very smart, or I thought I was being smart. I was going to stitch all 3 on this piece. And I guess technically if I stitched in hand, maybe I could, but there's not enough space. I should have done it so I would get 2 instead of deciding to do 3, because now I only got 1. And the trio, one of them's Santa and one is a fox. I'm not going to stitch Santa. My ornament for March will most likely be the fox. So this is the Curious Cat, Autumn Lane Stitchery, the Jolly Trio. This was fun to stitch. It was a lot of stitching because it's almost full coverage, but it's small. The next finish, this was not a start and finish, it was just a finish. This is the Christmas Eve Salt Box, which is a free pattern by Pinker and Pumpkin. This was one of our Advent gifts in our stitching group, and I finished it. I absolutely love this. This is 32 count linen, Through the Looking Glass by Tabby Cat, and I think it's the called for threads. I'm not sure because Elise gave us a kit, so I didn't have to. I probably have a little card that says. I'm pretty sure it's the called for. She made us this cute little card to keep with it as we were stitching it. This was a lot of fun to stitch. I love to stitch houses. And I'm trying to decide, this will either be a flat fold or a block with the, what's it called? The block finish that I do with the foam core board. The last finish I have, this is from the Jingle Ball. This is called Winter Woodland Star Pillow. This is by Hello from Liz Matthews. So this is finished stitching, and I just need to make it into a pillow. Right now my sewing machine is in the shop, so I can't do that for a while. This is stitched on 32 count linen. It's called Dusty Cottage by Bee Stitch Me. I wish that this dark stuff is really only around the edges, so I didn't really get much in my piece. But this has so many fun colors in it that it'll be fine. Only this one point is going to have a little bit of the dark. And I used less than half so I can stitch something else on this. I did iron for you guys today, so I'm trying not to make a wadded up pile, because that way they'll still look nice when I fully finish them. That's it for my fully finishes and my finishes. The next, what I have left is whips. This one I pulled out. I had not worked on it for, I don't have the card. Hadn't worked on it for a long time, and when I pulled it out, I changed the fabric. This is by Artisy. It's called Mini Blue-Eyed Tiger. Artwork is by Colin Bogle. This is a full coverage, but it's small. I changed it to 18 count, so it's only going to be 9 by 11 and a half. And this will go with my African, I don't know if tigers are in other parts of the world besides Africa, so, but I'm going to call it an African. Anyway, I changed this. It was on 25 count easy grid, and I changed it to 18 count easy grid. I've decided I don't like the 25 count. And I restarted. I only had like 10 stitches. So this is one color. The middle point is like right here. So it's only going to go to here. This is all the way down with one color, and now I've started with the second color, which is very similar. This is the most progress I have, I think. No, I was going to say on any of my full coverages, but I have the blue gold macaws that I worked on one weekend a couple of years ago that has a lot more done. The next thing I've worked on only a little bit. I want to finish this year. This is called Flamingo. It should be called Flamingos because there's two. It was a kit by RTO. This is a gift. I changed the fabric to 18 count white Aida. I don't know what it came with. It came with 14 count, so I changed it to 18 count. And this flamingo is done. Most of this stuff is done. I'm in the middle of the body of this flamingo, and I haven't done the water. I did the legs, but I haven't done any of this in here. So I would say I'm a little more than half done. And this looks simple, but it's got way too many colors in it, and it's all confetti. And so it's, I remember with the first flamingo, I got stuck in the body for a while too. It's got a needle sticking in it. That's annoying. Okay. Here's my, this this is where I'm at with the second flamingo. I need to just sit down and work. This is the biggest part of the stitching, is the flamingo. I need to sit down and work on it, which I have, but some of the colors are so similar that it's frustrating to stitch. So I stitch on it a little bit and then find something more fun. This is the other side. So I'm not all the way to the bottom. I thought I was. So I need to finish that. So I'm maybe halfway done. But once that flamingo is done, the rest is going to go really quick. Because, as I said, the flamingos are the worst part. My next whip is a Mill Hill kit. It's called Butterfly Capri. I love the colors in this. I love butterflies and I love Laurel Birch. Laurel Birch is the artist. And when I pulled this out, I had the body done and a little bit of this middle part. And so I've been working on it. It's on white 14 count perforated paper. I have something wrong right here. That's why I have 2 threads. There's something wrong with this green, and there's 3 shades of green. The shading is very subtle. So there's 3 shades of green in there, and I need to pull some out to go see what's wrong and fix it. But each of these has, it's only 2 colors. So there's a solid color and then a blend and then a solid color, and each of these is like that, which makes a very subtle shading. At first I couldn't see it until I got it all stitched, and then I could see it. So I need to fix that. The butterfly has an orange border all around it, and then the rest is background. So it's really only half done because this is full coverage. And the background is blue, and a lot of it is blends also. So that's Butterfly Capri by Mill Hill. This next one is from the 2025 Acorn Gathering at Acorns and Threads, my LNS. It's by Lola Crow, and it's called Acorns and Friends. I absolutely love this, but it's more time-consuming stitching. It's confetti heavy, but the confetti is 2 stitch, 2 stitch, 2 stitch instead of 1, 1, 1. And I've been trying to work on things that I can actually get finishes. So more block stitching is better. So I work on this a little bit, but not very much, because one of my goals for the year is I can't start something new unless I finish 2 things. That went really well in January because I had a lot of stuff that was close to a finish. And it went pretty well in February. I'm kind of running out of things that are close and easy to finish, and I have a bunch of stuff I want to start. So this one I'm only pulling out occasionally, and I don't have as much done as I would like. One of the girls in our stitching group just finished hers, and it's adorable. I want to finish this one, so I need to work on him. I'm still in the middle. I did finish the raccoon, and I'm working on the log and the green around him. So this is the log that he's standing on. This is 36 count linen in Seafoam by Weeks Dye Works. Started on January 26th at the Acorn Gathering. I think that's kind of the right color for the fabric. This one is a new start. I started this in January because I was able to, or not January, February, because I had a bunch of finishes. This is called You Keep Me in Stitches. I didn't write the date started on there, but it was in February. This is a Stony Creek. I've been working on purging and organizing, and I came across this pattern book. I love everything in this book. I want to stitch them all. This is booklet number 410 by Stony Creek. It's called Cozy Cats, and I'm starting with this one. It says You Keep Me in Stitches. I think it's adorable. A kitten in a basket with stitching stuff. I almost started with this one. I love all of these. I don't know if I'll stitch them all. Stony Creek is heavy stitching because it's all back stitched, and it's a lot. There's a lot of stitching and all back stitch. And I do have quite a bit done for it being a new start. This is just, where's my card? 14 count light blue Ada. Don't know where it's from. So I started with the handle of the basket because I figured then I could go anywhere. And then after I got down here, I did a bunch of this white. But I wanted to do some color, so I went over here, and then I did over here. This is, I worked on this all day. We did a Saturday gathering instead of a Thursday last week or the week before. And I worked on it all day and got a lot of this part here done. And then I stitched on it the other night for our Thursday night stitch and finished this down, so I worked on that. You keep me in stitches. It is adorable. Oh, and my needle minder. You may know I'm a beater. You may not know that. My needle minder is a piece that's made for, you make several of these and make a bracelet. I just made one. And it was fun to make, but I made it into a needle minder. My last one, is that my last one? Nope, not my last one. Okay, so this one, I don't have a picture to show you because it's just the pattern. This is by Vlada X Stitch, and it's because of Laura Stitching by the Shore. She stitched Ireland, and I went looking for Oregon, and I found Oregon. So this is the upper northwest corner of Oregon, and then it goes across. This is 2 colors of blue so far, and it's only going to be like this big, and it's all block stitching, but I've had other things I've wanted to stitch on. And I noticed when I pulled this out, this Ada's been in the drawer a long time, and I don't know if you can see, it's got marks on the bottom that are like age marks, but it's full coverage, so I'm hoping, the picture itself is full coverage, but I will need like a white border around it, so I'm hoping that that will be covered up. We'll see how that goes. And then my last one was my first new start for February. There I have, I have a whole box of things I want to start, but I pulled this out. This is Stony Creek Winter 2022, and this is called Winter Blessings Lighthouse. I found this when I was purging. Decided I wanted to add it to my new starts. So I started in the middle, which is with the lighthouse. Which way is up? This way is up. And this is 16 count Ada by Be Stitch Me, and it's called Whimsical. So started in the middle here. This is the lighthouse. This is one of the arms of the snowman. That's the right side up, right? Yep. I love this color blue. I mean, I was going to do it on a different color, but I really love those colors on the blue, how they all pop. And the white will pop on here very nicely. So that's all of my stitching for over a month, because my last video was on January 31st. So all of February, and we're in the middle of March already. That's very annoying that we're already in the middle of March. I don't have any purchases. I have not, well, I did do a small pre-order from Lindy Stitches. Only 4 patterns. They'll come this week. Other than that, I have not purchased anything this year. I spent a day at Acorns and Threads for the Acorn Gathering in January. I did not go in the shop, so I didn't spend any money. I spent some money on some organization stuff for my reorganization. I had an IKEA trip with my daughter last week or the week before. And I bought, you can see this shelf right here with ribbon. You can't see there's more. There's 2 there that are full of ribbon. You can't see the other one. I bought 3 more shelves because I have a lot more ribbon. So there will be 6 shelves right there with ribbon, and if I have more ribbon, then if I have less ribbon than I need for 6 shelves, I'll put some little knick-knacky things on there. The rest of the stuff, I bought bins for this, some bins for the bottom of this, and I think I bought a shelf for in the room. I'm making another work surface in there also. I had one work surface that is where I have my sewing machine, and I want to have two work surfaces because where I am right here is where I work. There's a computer monitor right here that's huge, and it takes up so much of the desk. Between that and my work computer, I'm left with like a 10-inch spot that I can do other things, and I want to go back to be doing paper crafting, and I need more space. So I made another work surface in the other room. And once I finish purging and organizing, my goal for the year is to get down to more space than stuff. I have donated multiple carloads of stuff from my crafts, and I still have way more stuff than space to put it in. So I'm going back through again, trying to figure out what else I can get rid of. What have I not touched, and what will I actually not use? That's really hard because I went through and got rid of all the easy stuff, and now all that's left is stuff that is hard. So I have to, though, because the chaos of it is making me crazy, and I need my life back. I need desk space. I need to be able to do other things. I need to do some finishing that isn't just framing. Framing is easy. I had bought a new sewing machine in October for my finishing business, and I had trouble with it from the beginning, but I thought it was me because it was a whole new machine, a fancy machine. And they offer free classes when you buy a machine, and I went and took this 2-day class. I went yesterday, and nothing worked right, and we determined that my machine is defective and needs help. So I had to leave it there, and I couldn't go back today for the second part of the class. So once they've fixed it, then I can go back and finish the class. And it was the one day of stitching, or of class, was very informative. There were 4 ladies there, including myself. Each one had a different machine, but they were all brother sewing machines. And we went through first just the machine and all the parts and the features of some of the machines. One lady had this huge machine that is, I think, an embroidery machine. I have the top of the line that's just for sewing and quilting. And we even learned, like, I've never done a buttonhole. Don't know why. Well, because I don't do clothes. So I've never done a buttonhole. And we learned how to do the buttonhole and actually sew a button, which was really cool. Everything else I tried to sew didn't work. I broke 3 needles and got really frustrated and was glad to leave it there for them to fix. So hopefully they'll fix it and it'll work the way it should work. And then I think I'm up to like 20 pieces that are waiting to be finished. They don't all need the sewing machine, but the star pillow definitely does. And anything else that I want to add fabric to does. I still have 2 finishes from my friend Donna that she asked me to do for her. And I can't do them without a sewing machine. And I can't do them until my purge and reorganization is done, because in the room where the sewing machine goes, I can't get to anything. I had to dig out the machine. So that's really all I have for today. My plans are just to keep going with my purge and reorganization, and I have to get my taxes done. I have to do my taxes, but everybody has to do their taxes. So, but then I can't believe it's March already, so I'm running out of time. I need to actually get that done. And I'm rambling, so I will stop rambling. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked what you saw. I was going to ask a question and I forgot what it was. I don't know. What are you stitching on today? My next small that I want to finish is Block Party, Meow Block Party. I have it 3/4 done. So I was working on that a little last night, but not enough to show you based on what I did before. So next video, it will hopefully be all the way finished. And then That'll be my third finish for the month, so I can't start something new until I find something else to finish. So I'll be digging through my whips to see what else can be finished so that I can do whatever my next start is. And now that I have the elephant done, I want to finish other things. I have probably 6 different African animals started, but they're all tiny starts, except for my Bothy Threads giraffe. I think it's called Thanks a Bunch. It's probably a third of the way done, but all the rest are tiny starts. So if I want an African safari wall, I need to get stitching on the safari animals. They're just not quick and easy, and I do like how much I've accomplished so far this year. My whip count has gone way down. It was 125 at the beginning of March, end of February. That's down by 25 from the beginning of the year, which is good. I'm trying to get way, way down, which is why I can't start something new unless I finish at least 2 things. I have a bunch of Mill Hill kits are in my whips, and I want to work on those too. But again, everything takes time, so we'll see. I grab what is calling to me the most at any given point in time. There I am rambling again, so I apologize. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you're stitching, and I hope you have a great week. Bye for now.